Hey there, and welcome to this episode of On Worldbuilding. My name is Amy Barrett, and as you can see, I am in the worst possible garment you could technically imagine. But I wanted to share that this is what a writer typically wears. We are not the most fashionable of creatures. Please welcome my nice pajama shirt. This is one of the things I like to do is share with you that I am someone who likes to get up in the early morning. Some writers do late at night. Some writers, I wish I could be one of these, get up in the middle of the morning or at the daytime. They can just crack out whenever they wake up. They can do it. Or they can just stop, do something else, and then go right back into it. I find that when I write, it's pretty much the easiest time is in the middle of the, about when the sun's coming up, you're hearing the mockingbirds, and it's just sublime. Anyways, I was wanting to demonstrate this just to show that, as creatures of great habits, us writers do have sort of weird quirks. Mine is it is not in a field that is very pretty. I don't show up in a mini skirt and a lot of pretty makeup, my hair done. Usually I hit, I wake up in the shower, I'm starting to plot bunny in the shower and going about my day. But I wanted to introduce this episode just to share my thoughts. I'm in the middle of edits, and I wanted any writers out there. You think that the manuscript is the hardest part. You're cranking out 50K words. I've seen a lot of writers. They do this on Twitter. They go, "Oh, I got that 50K words," and I salute you, man. I salute you. I've hit there, I've been there, I've done that 75K, yeah, and usually about 90K. I've noticed for some reason they don't do 100K, they do 90K, 90K, yeah. And then so unfortunately you have little sad beasts like me who I'm currently editing a manuscript of 155K, very painful and has made me start to question my sanity. Working on this, I have a deadline of the end of this month to get all these done. These final edits, these final revisions with an editor. She's been coming over every day. She's due here in a couple hours. She doesn't know I'm doing this. I want to, extend my thanks to her because I can't use the English language today. It's too early, so my voice probably sounds like I'm croaking. But editors are creatures that we don't give enough thanks to. Her, I don't know where it'd be without her. If I didn't have someone coming and helping me, sitting here, working, forcing me not to get up and walk away or to jump on a video game just to not deal with it, to look at that really crappy, we don't talk about what manuscript I'm on or what rewrite I'm on in this because I'm getting ready for publication. But I just wanted to share that, give your editors some due credit because without them, we wouldn't make the masterpiece, the polishing. You think you can do it on your own? I never recommend for anyone to ever do their edits on their own. I could never do it. I could not just sit there. They tell you, oh, yeah, you could just use like a narrating program, which I have one on my computer that I use sometimes for myself. And I would never trust that for a publication. I would never trust me reading out loud along with that for a publication to be good enough for edits. I have a couple people I use for edits, and I would recommend anyone to hire an editor. They are worth the money. They are worth the time. They are worth the expenditure. Are they expensive at point? Well, I've seen some of them at point like 0.05 of a penny. Yeah, maybe I think it's like, forgive me, editors, I'm probably butchering your prices. What is it, 5/100 of a penny? Or 5/100 of some sort of currency? I always can never do it right, so you're probably all laughing at me right now. I look at it, all I know is that when I calculate it with my word count, it usually goes up into the couple thousands. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And, at this point, I want to, share that, as a writer, the most important thing, and I saw this, I was working on Twitter this last week, and I've been busy, and I apologize that I haven't been able to, do this episode sooner. I had an episode I did up at the lake. I went up to the lake recently, And we did one there. I had a friend that I said, hey, let's just film this. And actually, I fell in the water a couple times in the freezing. I don't know if you know, but I'm up near this Sierra Nevadas. A lot of river runoff. And we were laughing because I went out in the water and I went up on a rock and I fell. But, that was another story. Maybe I'll be introducing that video. Maybe I won't. But I wanted to share that, I've seen some writers where they go, I'm halfway through a manuscript. I'm at 45K. This example. I'm throwing this out. And I just want to stop and rewrite. Oh, honey, don't do that. Don't do that. I know it looks bad. It looks bad. It's their first. There was this. I think it was their first manuscript, and I was looking at it going. There's a term that writers use. It's called shitty first drafts. If I stopped every time my draft looked like crap, I would not be in an editing phase. There's with Seminia, with Into the Dream in particular, how many manuscripts? Now I'm actually going to bring up how many manuscripts have I gone into? Let's see. We're not going to go there actually, because it's about 10 manuscripts, 10 completed manuscripts. That's including the rewrites. Where I said, and some of the issues is at the beginning stages, and I would do that, where I would go about halfway and go, oh, I'm hitting this arc and it's not working. I don't like that Adrian's doing this. I don't like that Soren's doing this. Why the hell did it just suddenly turn into this? Oh no, my magic system needs to be reworked. Oh no, this. And the problem that I did when I was a newer writer is I would just, back when I did some other stories, is I would do that. I would just toss in the towel and go. And fortunately with Seminia, I haven't done that. I would go through this draft and then I would just tell myself, save it for the edits. The edit stage will save me. I can go back at any time and just revitalize. And, structurally, when you go into the edits, you say you make that first manuscript, I then would go back with a rewritten manuscript. What would happen is I would go in, say, hey, I like this chunk. Hey, I like that chunk. Hey, these pieces look great. But then I need to rewrite all these gaps. And so then I would, what I call a rewrite. Now, my version of a rewrite may be different from another person's, but in the latest rewrite of Seminia, I ended up rewriting in most of the manuscript. I'd say about roughly 90% of the manuscript was rewritten. Does that make it basically back into a shitty first draft? The answer is yes. But this is what I was trying to tell this nice person who was another writer. Don't give up. Just get the words on paper. The process of a draft, they call it a manuscript. I call it a draft. Is to get the words, the idea, not just the words, because you don't want the pretty words. You don't want it certain ways. Is you want to get the actual process, the idea, not the theme, the everything. You don't want to make it perfect, but you want to make sure it's just there. It doesn't mean that you write crap and you just say, well, this is the end. No, it's you try your best, you get it done, you do that, that you can go back. With my last revisions, I decided that in a certain chapter, this didn't happen. So I began writing from this point on that this didn't happen in that last chapter, knowing that when I went back in the editing phase, I could edit that out. And that's one of the things I would like to share with you is never give up on your draft. She was getting ready to shove it under and burn it. And I said, no, just keep going, get it done so you get the idea on paper. And that to me is the most important thing any writer could ever do any day. Especially now that I'm stuck in these edits and they feel like I'm drowning in them. Beyond that, I want to share that, my book, I am getting ready. I'm very busy right now. I am looking for a couple more beta readers. You don't want to do it, I understand. You want to do it, go for it. I have a lot of people that like to do it. I have some people that have been doing it for me recently, and with life getting in the way and stuff, a couple of them have had to take a back seat, and they've been upset that they've had to take a back seat process. Some of them were from my writing team from when I with Secna Entertainment, which we're going to be publishing under as with their cooperation, which is the gaming studio. It's a small little tight knit, very small studio. they're going to they're actually assisting with this as a sponsor. Um, One of the things I would like to just share in closing with all this is I'm going to be starting to do these little video blogs, just a shared experience of how it is to be a writer. Some points you may see me actually just sitting there, just going like that. You may actually see me excited, but this is the journey of how it is with writing. It's not all a pretty and rainbows and everything. With world building, especially, I am going to be starting up my own world building. I will be filming that later today for the podcast series. For those of you who may or may not know, on SoundCloud, I have a on world building podcast series where I go into the technical details of writing and world building, and that is one of my passions. I love world building. I'm actually starting to consider being a writing coach because I see so many of these people going, "Oh, I'm a world builder," and you can call yourself a world builder, and I'm not saying I'm really too crazy with world building, but I think too many times you get these people who don't really know, they get way over in their heads, and I really want to help that everyone, especially new writers, do it right the first time. So, hey, check that out. I'm going to be posting links in the bottom of this so you can catch up on episodes. I know some of the sound quality of the earlier episodes are not that great, but here on out, they will be good. I promise you that. Anyways, beyond that, hey, check out my website for any other information, including the On World Building series, www.seminia.com. Also, my book series should be coming out this fall. I will be keeping everyone updated. And it is a series, so that means it's 5+ books. And that is including the sequels. That is a sequel to the original series, which we've actually been hammering out, me and my editors. So I'm very excited and pleased to bring that to you. Anything else, feel free to post in the questions below or comments. Anything you'd like me to talk about or go into. I do listen to everything. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. And feel free to direct message me. I do get a lot of people just sending auto DMs. So I do try to weed through that, or I do comment to them as I troll back. But if you would like, send me a message for the beta reading. Send me a message through that. Otherwise, take care. Have a great day. See you later. Thanks. Bye.